The village laughed at her dreams until she became a legend, an African folktale. Long ago, in the heart of the Serengeti, nestled between the hills and lush savanna, there was a small village named Caribou. The people of Caribou were known for their simplicity and unity, but they were also bound by rigid traditions that left little room for dreams that dared to soar beyond their horizon. In this village lived a young girl named Adana. With her bright eyes and boundless energy, she was a child of curiosity and wonder. While other children were content to learn the ways of farming and weaving, Adana spent her time watching the stars, listening to the wind, and imagining a world far beyond Caribou. Her dreams were filled with tales of becoming a great storyteller, traveling to distant lands, and bringing her village's forgotten stories to life for the world to hear. Adana's aspirations were met with ridicule. "Why waste your time dreaming of nonsense?" the villagers would say, shaking their heads. "No one from Caribou has ever done such things." They called her Adana, the foolish dreamer. Her peers laughed at her. Her family tried to dissuade her, and even the village elders dismissed her ambitions as childish fantasies. But Adana held on to her dreams. Every night, she would sit under the great baobab tree at the edge of the village, her grandmother's old drum beside her, and weave stories out of moonlight and stardust. The drumbeats carried her voice, soft and steady, into the darkness, as if the universe itself was listening. Adana had a special bond with the baobab tree. Her grandmother had once told her that the tree held the memories of the village, its laughter, its tears, its triumphs, and its sorrows. Adana believed that by sitting under its branches, she could tap into the essence of Caribou and give voice to its untold tales. Despite the mockery she faced, she found solace and strength beneath its ancient canopy. One fateful day, a traveling griot, a wandering storyteller, came to Caribou. His name was Baba Kofi, and his tales of heroism, love, and magic mesmerized the villagers. When he finished his performance, Adana approached him with trembling hands and asked if he could teach her the art of storytelling. Baba Kofi looked into her determined eyes and nodded. "The path of a storyteller is not easy, child," he warned. "It demands courage, perseverance, and a heart that beats for the world." "Are you ready?" Adana's answer was unwavering. Yes. For years, she trained under Baba Kofi. She learned the rhythms of the drum, the cadence of speech, and the art of captivating an audience. She traveled to neighboring villages, listening to their tales and sharing her own. Every step was a struggle. She faced hunger, exhaustion, and the ever-present echoes of her village's laughter in her mind. But she pressed on. Baba Kofi was a stern yet kind teacher. He would often test Adana by making her perform impromptu stories in front of strangers. "A storyteller must be able to weave magic with words at any moment," he would say. At first, Adana stumbled, her voice faltering under the weight of doubt. But over time, she found her rhythm. She learned to draw inspiration from the world around her, the rustling of leaves, the cries of birds, the whispers of the wind. Her stories began to flow like rivers, carrying her audience on journeys of imagination and emotion. One night, as they camped under a star-filled sky, Baba Kofi shared a story with Adana. It was the tale of Naya, a girl who defied the gods to save her people from famine. Naya's bravery and determination resonated deeply with Adana. "Do you see, child?" Baba Kofi said. "The greatest stories are born from the courage to challenge the impossible." Adana carried these words in her heart as she continued her journey. Over time, she began to develop her own unique style of storytelling. While Baba Kofi's tales were grand and mythical, Adana's stories were deeply personal and rooted in the everyday struggles and dreams of the people she met. Her ability to connect with her audience on a profound level set her apart. One day, after countless seasons of wandering and learning, Adana returned to Caribou. The villagers, curious and skeptical, gathered in the square as she stood before them. With the same drum her grandmother had left her, Adana began to tell her story, a story of a girl who dared to dream, of a journey fraught with challenges, and of the beauty of believing in oneself. Her voice carried the weight of her journey, her words painted vivid pictures, and her drumbeats resonated deep within the hearts of her audience. The villagers, who had once mocked her, were spellbound. They laughed, they cried, and they cheered as Adana's tales wove them into a shared tapestry of hope and pride. Adana's fame spread far and wide. She became known as the voice of Caribou, traveling across the continent to share the stories of her people. Her legacy inspired countless others to embrace their dreams, no matter how impossible they seem. Years later, when Adana returned to the great baobab tree, she found the village children waiting for her. They gathered around, eyes wide with wonder, as she began to speak. "Remember," she said, "even when the world laughs at your dreams, hold on to them tightly. They are the seeds of greatness, and one day, if you nurture them with courage and love, they will grow into legends." Adana's impact on Caribou was transformative. The once insular village began to embrace new ideas and celebrate creativity. Inspired by Adana's success, the villagers started to uncover their own hidden talents. A young boy named Tund, who had always been fascinated by the stars, began studying astronomy. A girl named Zola, who loved to sing, found her voice and became a renowned musician. Adana's journey proved that greatness could emerge from the most unlikely places. As Adana continued her travels, she encountered many challenges. There were villages where people were skeptical of her intentions, where elders refused to listen to her tales, dismissing them as the ramblings of a dreamer. But Adana had learned to turn obstacles into opportunities. She would sit quietly and observe, finding ways to weave the villagers' own stories into her performances. Her ability to adapt and empathize won over even the harshest critics. One of the most pivotal moments in Adana's journey came when she was invited to perform at the Great Gathering of Griots, an annual event where the finest storytellers from across the land came together to share their art. Adana felt a mixture of excitement and trepidation. This was her chance to prove herself on the grandest stage of all. The night of the gathering, Adana took the stage under a sky ablaze with stars. She began her tale with the soft, steady rhythm of her drum, drawing the audience into her world. She spoke of her village, her struggles, and her dreams. She shared the lessons she had learned and the stories she had gathered on her journey. By the time she finished, the audience was silent, their hearts heavy with emotion. And then, one by one, they rose to their feet, their applause echoing across the plains. Adana's performance at the Great Gathering solidified her place as one of the greatest storytellers of her time. But for Adana, the true reward was not the recognition. It was the knowledge that her stories had touched the hearts of so many. She continued to travel, spreading her message of hope and resilience, and inspiring others to chase their dreams. As the years passed, Adana's legend grew. She became a symbol of perseverance and courage, a reminder that even the smallest voices could make a powerful impact. Her story was passed down from generation to generation, becoming a cherished part of African folklore. One day, as an old woman, Adana returned to Caribou for the last time. The village had changed dramatically since her youth. The once simple settlement had become a vibrant community, bustling with creativity and innovation. The villagers greeted her with open arms, their faces filled with gratitude and admiration. Under the great baobab tree, Adana sat surrounded by children and elders alike. With a smile, she began to tell her final story. It was the story of a girl who dared to dream, a story that had come full circle. As she spoke, the villagers listened with rapt attention, their hearts swelling with pride for the girl who had once been called Adana, the foolish dreamer. When she finished, Adana placed her drum at the base of the baobab tree. "This tree has witnessed my journey," she said. "May it continue to inspire those who come after me." Adana's legacy lived on long after she was gone. The people of Caribou continued to tell her story, a tale of hope, resilience, and the power of dreams. And so, the story of Adana the Dreamer became one of Caribou's most cherished folktales, a beacon of motivation for the entire world. It taught that dreams, no matter how far-fetched, could transform not just individuals, but entire communities, if only one dared to believe. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this tale, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.